Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's the NFC Championship game. Jackson and the Washington football team versus Matthew Stafford and the Atlanta Falcons.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington football team. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
For a chance to come back to this very stadium in 2 weeks' time, we are off and running in the NFC Championship. And this carries into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25.
On second down, Dillon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
From the gun, Jackson. Finding Keelan Cole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
At the 44-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as this. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here are the Falcons with great field position to start out. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And his arm strength is often described as out of this world, and I've seen some throws out of him that are just really off the charts. But sometimes he relied on his arm so much, his footwork got in the way, led to some inconsistency. But I've loved watching him evolve as a quarterback. He gets better and better each year.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First down, Falcons.
First carry for Nick Chubb. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now it's Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did, but there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson, that's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Dillon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Jackson now. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
7, Washington 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver.
And it's 2nd down. To throw again. Stafford. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down.
And the Falcon 1st down.
There goes Mark Ingram. 20, 10, 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense. Do that.
That's on the veteran tackle, Mitchell Schwartz. Following the penalty, Chubb. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop it.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
A 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Stafford.
And quickly finding Rager.
His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
First down, Falcons.
From the gun, Stafford steps away to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And it's
operating from the gun. Stafford, and he's gonna go down. He's sacked back at the 24. John Simon in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
10. Washington 3.
So the field goal there caps what winds up.
Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
At their own 27-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard. That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack, down he goes.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 50, it's Stafford.
He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Not much there, only a yard.
Brings up second.
To throw again on second down. Stafford got his man complete over the middle. It's Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled out a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Throwing on third down, Stafford.
Able to complete this to Chenault.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
57's the mark. 57.
To the air again, Stafford. They go screen. This is Ingram. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now a play fake it at Stafford.
They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? After the interception, here's Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Second and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Throwing again on second down. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
On the coverage.
Jackson will throw again. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Sanders' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4.
10. Washington 6.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Blake.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford looking for his running back, and he's got him. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. This is Shenault on the receiving end.
Stafford's pass complete to Laviska Shenault.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Stafford now to throw.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line.
It's 33. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
And 8 at the 31-yard line.
Draw play. Ingram now. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Ball carrier. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. From the gun, Stafford. Strong coverage by Washington, and now fourth down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He was true on his first. This a tough one, 49 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Jackson looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And that'll be complete to Dillon.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On third down, Stafford. He goes underneath to Ingram.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Dancing to his left. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. .46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And what a pressure spot for both sides, really. But they're at home now. They have the football here in the playoffs, sort of controlling their own destiny.
It's a spot they've all dreamed of. This is where you want to be. Home, have the ball, a chance to win the game, control your own destiny, as you noted. But here's the thing. Don't let the crowd get too involved if you're this team now. You've got to make sure you let them carry you, but not cause you to do things out of what you're supposed to do, right? Take you away from focusing and concentrating on the game.
Because sometimes you get so amped from the crowd that can carry you into spots you don't want to be. Is that what you're saying?
From experience, sometimes that crowd gets so involved in it and you get involved with them that you end up making plays or trying to do things that maybe you shouldn't have done.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Here's Dillon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Play action. Now Jackson. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 14.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. Play action. Stafford.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Stafford.
Connection made with Chenault. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On first down, Stafford here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. John Simon bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From his own goal line, Stafford. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Fielded at the 20. Comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic. Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jackson going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year. Get up, get up!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
Jackson's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. They go screen with Dillon. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here.
2nd and 11 now.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 39. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.